Into a bowl, you're going to add your dry ingredients, and the dry ingredients will be in the description below. I'm going to add all my dry ingredients, sift them, and mix them together in a bowl. This is 2 tablespoons of cornmeal. This is a stabilizer. You can use flax meal or chia seeds. I'm going to add 1 cup of non-dairy milk, but this is not going to be the only liquid that I'm going to add. I am going to need a little more because this flour was very dry and it absorbs a lot of moisture. So I added about 2 tablespoons of water more to this batter. I tested this recipe about 2 times. The first recipe, which was this one, kind of came out a little bit crumbly, so I remade the recipe and it came out a lot more smooth. So I made this recipe again separately, not on this video, and it came out really good. So that's the recipe that I'm going to put in the description below, because I think that this recipe here on the video is good, but it's a little crumbly. I'll leave you the new and improved amazing recipe in the description below. This is going to be my mandarin syrup that I'm going to add between the cake. I'm going to strain the mandarins out and let them dry out on a towel and turn the syrup into a slurry. I added a cornstarch slurry and I thickened up the syrup. Now I'm going to add my dried mandarins. Then I'll let it chill overnight. So I have 2 options here. I can leave them whole and add them between the cake. Another option is to blend it and then add more cornstarch slurry and make it thick. I blended it, but I think I should have added whole. So now for the best frosting ever. This frosting is so amazing. It's nice and thick, it holds its shape. So into a blender, I'm going to add 2 cups of walnuts, 1 can of pears. I left them in the fridge and I drained them. Then you'll add a sweetener of your choice. I used mock fruit today because I don't want it to change the color. You could also use dates as well, date paste. And I'm going to blend this real smooth, letting it blend for about 1.5 minutes. I love playing around with recipes and creating plant-based recipes for you and the channel, because like I can make frostings and different recipes out of anything, literally. I don't normally film everything that I do, but I make a lot of good recipes, and this one is just amazing. There's another frosting recipe that I have that I'm going to film it soon. It's really good as well. It's half tofu, half cashews. You basically already know the recipe now, but I'm going to still make another video out of it. Like, I've got to upload a little bit more often. I'm going to start filming more. I've just been having some complications in life, but I love cooking. This is my passion. I love doing it and I love teaching it. Pretty girl. As you can see here, I'm going to add the mandarins into a blender, add more sugar and blend it, and then I'm going to thicken it up with a slurry and pectin. Once we have all our ingredients ready, our cake, our syrup, our frosting, everything is chilled, we can now assemble. Here I have some maple syrup and some water, and I'm going to add it around the cake. This is a great way to make the cake a little bit more sweet, especially if your ingredients are not that sweet. So it's a great way to make your cakes just stand out and be sweet, but not overly sweet. You could also do this with another type of sugar so you don't taste the maple, but that's a great tip to make things taste just a little bit more, and then also make the cake a little bit more moist. I like doing it because the cake doesn't come out that sweet. It does come out sweet, but it doesn't come out that sweet because I don't put that much sugar in it. But you could put a lot of sugar if you want and avoid this step if you want. But I think it just adds more shine. It just adds a touch to it, you know? But like always, most cake recipes don't have that much sugar in it. Especially the homemade recipes, we don't use that much sugar. So a little bit of syrup on the side or some sugar syrup is good. Now I'm just going to add my mandarin syrup in between. And I think I should add a little bit more pectin. So the recipe in the description below is going to have a little bit more pectin in it or cornstarch. Because it came out just a little bit too much runny for me. I thought it was solid enough, but it's not that solid enough for me. I think it needs just a little bit more cornstarch because it was like falling out of the cake. But my solution to solve this was to just add a little less or to let it drip. And one more time. And there you have it. An amazing, delicious cake recipe with an amazing frosting that you will love and enjoy making for your friends the next time you need this for a celebration. The cake was super delicious. I think the only thing that I would want to add is more fruit in between and on top.